Coach, can you talk about what Devion Smith and your offensive line gave you when you really needed it there in the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, grinding out first downs, grinding meat. Davion, he played with great motivation, and there's some great play by the offensive line. I mean, it felt like old-fashioned slobber knocker football. Tim Drevno made some great calls. The touchdown, the long touchdown by Davion was a heck of a call. We've been running to the strong side, and then the comeback pull with the pullers to the weak side. It was just enough space, and Davion breaking tackles, even the hard runs, the yards after contact, pushing for the first down was critical. I think it's his most yards of his career, and heck of an effort by Davion.
Coach, to your right over there, Teddy.
Jim, no disrespect to Indiana, but is it possible your guys were thinking ahead a little to next week? How was their focus, you think?
I'll tell you what, winning this game feels like one of the best wins I've ever been involved with. So, because it was a playoff game, and it was beating a tough Indiana team, and we have a lot of respect for them. They're a heck of a football team, and the elements too. That was feel good about our football team.
Coach, over to your left here, Larry.
Can you reflect on the run that O'Korn had to set up Devion's first touchdown, and how did you assess his play overall?
Yeah, that was huge. It was we were struggling making third down conversions, and there was, and not just one but two defenders pressuring John, and stepped out of it with good ball security, and then got the first down and was being threatened there at the sticks, and didn't dive, didn't slide, didn't kick through an arm tackle, and kept right on running. So that was a big play. That was a signature play for a quarterback in a big game. So I feel really good. The throw he made to Amara was also outstanding to extend our last drive. He did a lot of good things.
Coach, over to your right, Vito.
How big was the play of special teams today as a whole?
Huge. We got it. The field position battle, the net yards that come on from punting and being able to back a team up. Kenny did a great job. I think 4 of the 6 punts that he punted down there. One, the 5, the 7. That was huge. And we got punted down inside of our 10-yard line there the last drive, and that's when our guys mounted that time-consuming drive at the end of the game. But coverage units were fantastic. Block punt. Kenny made both the field goals. Thought we won very well decisively in the kicking game today. That was huge.
Coach, to your left here, Trevor.
You say every game's a championship game for you guys, and now after this one, we're nearing the final stretch of championship games.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like where you're at right now going into the final stretch?
Yes. We'll be playing for the championship next week. So, as I said, I thought it started today, and this was a championship game because it keeps our team in it, keeps us in. Feels like a playoff game. Felt like it, and still does feel like it. Playoff win, and it's great.
All the way in the back, camera bay.
Coach Harbaugh, this is the 30th anniversary of your guarantee against Ohio State as a player. Now, as the head coach, how would you react if one of your players made a similar guarantee today?
I think I've been asked that before, and I don't know. Our guys can speak their mind. So, probably similar to the way my coach reacted. But typical hypotheticals. I'll just say I'm not into hypotheticals, so. Thanks for asking the hypothetical question, though.
Coming to the front left here, Chris.
Coach, you left. Wilton was out there throwing a little bit. Is he still day-to-day? What's his status right now?
Yeah. Yes.
So there's the potential that he'll play next week?
Yeah, day to day.
Over to your right, Nick.
Do you expect Wilton to practice this week, early?
We'll see. You know, it's day to day.
And then John's entire game, how do you think he handled himself overall?
Very well. You know, winning in a tough environment. Indiana's got a heck of a good offense too. They put up a lot of points, and you know, give credit to both defenses, but also it was tough conditions to operate in, especially in the passing game. I thought he did extremely well. Ball security was fantastic all day. You know, managed the team and did what he needed to do. So I feel like he did well.
Over back to your left here in the middle, Wojo.
Jim, that was sort of my question, but just a follow-up to it. When you factor in the weather and the snow and the wind, does that factor into how well you think O'Korn did or didn't do out there today? Is that a major factor in judging him, his throws and his stats even?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's not, as I said, I mean, you got to understand, I mean, that it's a great feeling when you win a football game, you know, two opposing wills against each other, and you have to beat that other team and also the elements. And our team did both of those things today.
Any other questions? Here, Adam.
Jim, this is always a big game for Michigan and Ohio State, but for the Big Ten to have this game, both teams in the playoff race, what do you think that means just for the league and where it sits nationally?
Probably good.
All right.
Is that the obvious question? Is I missing something there?
Over to Wojo.
I think you're supposed to say it's great for the league or something like that.
Oh, you guys right? You got pen?
But when you said you feel good about where your team is now going, is it because this was really November Big Ten kind of football and you got through it, persevered through it, running the ball and playing defense? Is that what makes you feel good heading forward?
Winning a football game is a great feeling. And when you're a team and you come together and you go out and win a football game, that's good feeling enough. I mean, that's every game, everything's a test. You know, every week is a test. Every game that you line up is a test. I mean, there's a lot of tests in life. It comes in many forms and fashions. You know, our team playing a really good Indiana football team. That was a huge test for us today. Coming off a loss, that was a huge test for us. You know, playing in big playoff type games. You know, and responding, coming together as a team gives us a great feeling.
Got time for
Feel good about it.
two more. We'll start all the way over on the right there, Jake.
Coach, you talked on Monday about how much the seniors have meant, this year's seniors, for them to play their last game here today, knowing all they've been through, watching them finish that win off in the last few minutes. Do you feel especially good for them, knowing how that could have ended their careers here?
Yeah, especially, I know how that feels, to play at Michigan and not win your last game at home. It's not a good feeling at all. And are glad our guys played eight home games and won them all. The constant being a Michigan football player through the ages is that you play in the Michigan Stadium, you play in that venue, that big house. Always has been that way, is and always will be. That's the one constant to all the time, the facilities, the changes, you know, and society and everything else is that you play in that stadium. And to have that feeling of winning your last game and have it be a big game, it's a great feeling. feel especially good for them. Yes.
Last question over here to the left, Rodney.
Coach, how would you assess your chances for next week?
Going to enjoy this game and then get right on the preparation for Ohio State.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.